It's time once again for your weekly update from the city of New Hope. Thanks for joining us. And as you see, a special guest with us today, Councilmember John Elder joining us. Welcome, Councilmember. How are you today?
Fantastic. How are you, sir?
Very good. Thanks for being here. The mayor off this week, so John able to fill in. And we should explain before we get started, we are getting you at your full-time job. So tell us a little bit about that position and the uniform that comes with it.
You bet. I am the captain for the Robbinsdale Police Department for emergency response. I oversee the patrol division, the SWAT team, mobile field force, community service officers, reserves. So I oversee about 20 people. I'm a full-time licensed officer, wear a uniform every day, and I was able to take some time off today to be able to participate in this. Thank you for the opportunity.
We greatly appreciate that. We're going to talk a little bit about the Robbinsdale Police, Crystal Police, and New Hope Police coming together with the Community Police Academy in just a few minutes, but let's go through some things that are happening in the city. Community Development Block Grant Funds. We talked a little with the mayor last week about this. Council member, again, remind us what those funds are and what the uses are going to be in the coming year.
Well, the money comes from the county, and the county decides where that money is going to go. And it's broken down by city and how much each city gets. We just got word end of last week that there are 3 recipients of what we call the CDBG monies, the Community Development Block Grant money. And 2 housing units will be receiving just under $200,000, so $100,000 each, for replacement of boiler systems. Now, this is important because both of these housing units, the Kings Manor off of 43rd in Rhode Island and Bass Lake Crossing, 5600 block of Quebec, have about 80% of affordable housing in them. And so this extra money helps them keep the rents down for the occupants of that building. Additionally, Twin Cities Habitat for Humanity will be receiving $50,000, and they're looking to do a project in New Hope, and we're excited to be working with them again. We have a long history of working with them and getting homes up to snuff.
And might even be some volunteer opportunities for residents. So we'll try to keep you in touch on that. Code enforcement assessment notifications. We have touched on this with the mayor in past weeks and watched this number come down. But now it's the point where letters go out. Is that correct?
Yeah, 40 people will be receiving 40 properties will be receiving letters stating that because they have opted not to pay their citations for code violations, that we will be adding it onto their taxes next year. Unfortunately, that number has gone up substantially from last year, and we're at just under $80,000 in unpaid fees and fines from code enforcement citations. So we're working with homeowners. Oftentimes people get the letter, decide they want to pay it at that time instead of having it go on to the tax rolls for next year, but it's certainly an option for them.
Next item we want to touch on also in community development is the scattered site housing program, and we keep you up to date on a number of properties that are moving through the process. But Councilmember Elder, you just wanted to take a moment to give again a big overview of this particular program. Why important? Why does the city spend a lot of time related to this?
This is a great program and started back 2012, 2013 is when we really got it back up and running. And the city buys blighted properties and either rehabs them, but most oftentimes ends up purchasing them, tearing them down, prepping the property for sale to a builder. And a builder comes in and places a brand new, beautiful home on this lot. So where we may have bought a dilapidated home for $150,000, these homes are selling for $450,000. We have one right now for sale that the builder has for sale for $579,000. So this not only allows for beautification of neighborhoods, we see that when these homes go up, a lot of neighbors start taking more pride in their homes. And we kind of see it's kind of contagious that people start taking better care of their own neighborhoods.
Mhm.
So we're not only getting rid of problem properties for code, etc. We're able to put in a beautiful home there, and the taxes that are brought in by the city are greatly increased off of $150,000 home.
So a lot of work done by the city for the neighborhoods, also a lot of work done related to businesses. One way that happens in the city is the Business Networking Group, a co-op with the city of Crystal as well. Council member, you just wanted to mention the upcoming date, an opportunity for people to get back together.
Absolutely. We just had the meeting last week of the New Hope Crystal Business Networking Group. 20 businesses attended, and they're working really diligently to make business more robust in the two cities. Their next meeting is September 6th at 2 p.m., and that's being hosted at the New Hope City Hall. And we're excited to continue to work with that group of people as they really have business at heart.
Very good. Let's move ahead to the police department, something you know a lot about, and one of the things you participated in as a council member just recently was National Night Out, and New Hope is very proud of the work they do around this. Give us a recap of that great night in the city.
Yeah, Officer Brad Callio does such a remarkable event with that, along with Chief Hoyt. New Hope hosted 61 parties, and over 2,600 people participated in those parties. Council was able to get out to a great number of those parties and really talk to residents, hear from them, and find out, what's on people's minds. It's going to the people where they're at. We don't have a lot of great luck having people come to council meetings or come to city hall to talk to council. So when we're able to get out into their space, it's really a good connection. And we're excited about the work that the city does to put this together. We're bouncing back and forth for awards almost every single year with Arlington, Texas. For cities our size nationwide, we've won a good number of awards for the turnout and the number of parties in the community. So it's just a ton of fun.
Hats off to all the residents who participated and Officer Callio as well. Another way the city engages the police department with the community is through this. We've got a brochure here, the black and white version. It's color on the website and color probably coming to you. Tell us about the Community Police Academy. What is this and how can people learn quite a bit about your job on a regular basis?
Well, the Community Police Academy is done through the Crystal Police Department, New Hope Police Department, and Robbinsdale Police Department. And a number of residents from each of the communities are able to sign up starting on September 12th for the next 7 Tuesday nights, attend classes, and learn what the job of a police officer really is. And we bring in subject matter experts. You hear how we do traffic stops, how we process crime scenes, what we have to do to be able to carry a gun, our qualifications, all aspects of law enforcement. And it really helps people understand what this job is about and what our officers go through. And we have found that once we pull back the curtain, people that walk out of the police academy certainly have a far better knowledge of what this job entails, as well as understanding more of the officers and meeting them as people. And people walk away being far more appreciative of law enforcement. And again, great way to engage the community, as you said, and it really allows us to connect with residents.
And the best way to find out more is go to the city's website. You see it again at the bottom of the screen, newhopemn.gov. And this does fill up, so get in early if you can. And also they ask you to commit to all 7 weeks. So hopefully you can do that and learn a little bit more about the New Hope Police Department. Let's move ahead to Public Works. Councilmember Elder, this is a busy department, especially in the summer. Some things that you see very visually, other things that maybe not as much, and one of those is water meters. What's happening with water meters?
The city is transitioning from Badger water meters to the new census water meters. And these are the meters that are inside your home that the city is able to read real time to be able to tell how much water you're using, and it's for billing purposes. So this way we're able to do it more timely as well as more accurately. And so this is a big undertaking for the team in Public Works, and they're making their way through the city at this time.
All right, now to the more visible projects. Let's start at the corner of 42nd and Boone. What is the update that you can pass along of what's happening there and when we might be able to drive through again?
Yeah, I get a lot of phone calls as a council member about this one. Right now, the intersection is taken over by CenterPoint Energy, and they're redoing a lot of their utilities at this time underground, deep underground. And when they get completed, the city will come in, upgrade their utilities at that site, and then they will put down a base coat of cement. They're also slated to be getting brand new semaphores or street lights there. However, the challenge is the arm bars for those new street lights, which will be handicap accessible. They'll meet ADA. Those are on back order through the state. The state has them on back order. And so unfortunately, whereas the intersection will likely open up by the end of this month, there's likely going to be a 4-way stop there. Now, because 42nd is shut down at 169, that greatly decreases the amount of traffic, but it will have a traffic impact. But there's nothing we are able to do to expedite that.
You mentioned 169. Let's move down a couple blocks and talk about that intersection. How are things moving along with 169 and 42nd?
Well, with some of the torrential rains that we had early on, it set them back time-wise. The contractors have been working nights and weekends and have been able to make up for that lost time. So they're pretty well where they need to be time-wise. There were some concerns with the center supports, and we're able to get that ironed out as well. But they are saying that it is on track time-wise, and it will be done the fall of 2023. So this fall, it will be completely done. The whole interchange will be open.
Great. And a final update on a few other more neighborhood projects. Tell us about the finish up of some seal coating and also one other project around 36th.
You bet. They are doing a seal coat, a fog seal for Quebec Avenue from 49th Avenue south down to 42nd, and then continuing south on Quebec past the Y and down to Winnetka where it curves to meet there. That's being done as we speak. And the road construction project south of 36th is going very, very well. And this week, they plan on putting down the base coat of cement. They have that down for 8-9 months. And next summer, they will come in and put the wear coat on. That's important to wait that amount of time, because if there's settling or any movement of the subsoil or sub pavement, they don't want to have the wear coat put on it right away. So they can make adjustments as needed.
All right, very good. Let's move ahead to Park and Rec. A lot happening here, as you might imagine, in the middle of summer, and some things that might surprise you. First is the Sound of Music. Great run just completed. Give us some of the numbers and some of the great feedback about off-Broadway musical theater.
Also something that I get a lot of calls on. People have consistently loved the productions put on by the Off-Broadway musical theater this year. As you said, it was The Sound of Music. We had a couple of days where there were rainouts, unfortunately.
Mhm.
However, over 550 people attended this show while it was running. It wrapped up last week. And again, just a fantastic job by the OBMT.
Yeah, hats off to that whole group. And who knows, auditions will be coming soon for whatever they're doing next year. And they keep that secret, so we just have to wait. Let's
Yeah.
move across the parking lot from where that took place to the aquatic park. A lot of activity here, and you have some numbers as well that show that this is a busy place.
Yeah, last year over the entire season, we had just about 46,000 people came to the New Hope Aquatic Center. And that doesn't count the swim meets that we leased the facility out for. But so far this year, with about 2 weeks left, we're at 45,953 people attending the pool this year. And we will obviously eclipse last year's numbers.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, the pool will be closing August 20th. That seems awfully early. However, the fact of the matter is we just don't have lifeguards after that time.
Mhm.
We utilize a lot of college students and school kids for lifeguarding, and they're going back to school at that time. So the 20th is about as long as we could stretch it out for.
All right, get out there and enjoy the pool while you can. Also, you can enjoy some more activities over in the entertainment park. We've got some concerts and a movie coming up. Give us a preview.
Absolutely. We have two more musics in the park planned for August. Those have been very, very well attended with a real wide range of types of music.
Mhm.
And so we're excited to be able to continue this on and bolster it for next year. And on August 24th after dark, we're going to be showing Minions, The Rise of Gru. And those are also well attended, and the kids really have a great time with those.
I think I just heard screaming from kids in the area saying, Gru is back. Fantastic. All right, one other park and rec note. This is the one that you might not think is happening, and that takes us to the Ice Center. And who was just in town? This is a big deal.
Yeah, New Hope has hosted the 2023 International Cup Tournament, and these are the best players really in North America. And these teams come in for this showcase, and it literally brings in talent scouts from across the world. We had over a dozen NHL scouts and coaches here watching these folks play. And this is a place where a lot of dreams are made. And so we're really happy to host this tournament every single year. We've been doing it for years, and our team at Park and Rec do a fantastic job making sure that the place looks great, everything's running well, and really being great hosts.
All right, what a great achievement for the city of New Hope. Final couple notes to pass along for you and our update here. And again, thanks to Councilmember Elder for joining us today in place of the mayor. And we've got a couple updates related to the police department in New Hope and some new hiring that's happening and some great news as far as number of officers.
New Hope is authorized to have 34 sworn officers. And New Hope is one of the cities, one of the very few cities that is really close to its complement of officers. Most cities can be down 5, 6, 7 officers. Minneapolis is down hundreds. So you look at the hiring boards for law enforcement, and you'll see there's a few hundred police agencies right now that are hiring. New Hope is bringing on their 34th sworn officer, and we will be completely staffed at that point for sworn officers. The personnel board also interviewed 5 community service officer candidates and certified 3. So we're looking forward to having those numbers back to their full complement as well. Chief Hoyt has really developed an incredible department and one that people want to work for. And so the residents are benefiting greatly from that.
Well, that is wonderful news for us to end our update on today. And we want to mention as well, In Touch magazine is out. This is the new cover with that cute little kid on the tractor. Make sure you look for this because lots of opportunities to get engaged in the city. Also go to the city's website, newhopemn.gov, to find out more how to get involved and to find out about some of the great things going on. Councilmember Elder, thank you so much for taking a little time out of your day today. We appreciate it and hope to touch base with you again soon.
Dave, thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Stick with us. Here's a look at some events coming up in the city of New Hope that you might want to get on your calendar. Learn more about the connection at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.